Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Right, who do we have here? Hit the like button on your way in. And we will begin once we get enough likes and once we get enough people and once we do all of those kind of nice things that we always like to see. Let me turn the music down my end because it's a little bit loud in my face. It's probably coming through the microphone as well. Say hi in the chat if you're here. And who do we have? We got Real Boss Man in the house. BTC Champ, can you check out XTZ for me, please? We will have a look at that in a minute. As I think Delirium has said soon afterwards, yeah, it's probably never going to do anything ever again. But Tezos, blast from the past. Not something that I've checked very often or ever in this cycle, but we will have a look at that in a moment, as you have asked very kindly. Delirium's here as well. Welcome, Delirium. Welcome, Meso Hero. Good morning, Nuno Ferreira. Let's end the week with a great stream. Let's hope so. I mean, we've had there's a little bit of price action to discuss. Yesterday was just typical shithousery from the market. So it's just best thing to do is just sit it out, wait it out. It's clear that it was all very algorithmic. And yeah, I think even today with this bounce, it's very algorithmic. It's not really, it's just chopping. It's chopping people up. Yeah, okay. Jazz me at 70 cents one day. Really? Okay. Okay. Really, really. Right, anybody else that's here, please say hi. It gives me something to talk about. Yeah, and we shall begin. So, do we want to go straight into some analysis? I don't want to go straight into some analysis. I don't want to go straight into it. I mean, we can get started. Just let's get as you've asked very early on, let's get the Tezos thing. I'll have a very quick look at Tezos because otherwise I know I will forget. So, XTZ USDT. Let's go for P.P, Tezos Perpetual. I mean, actually, realistically, like locally time frame, it looks okay, right? For a bounce here, I think there's a bunch of stuff that's looking at. I think probably yesterday put in that major higher low, and we can be expecting some kind of recovery here. So Tezos actually, I think looks pretty much nice. That running below lows. And just, this is what I mean from yesterday. Just everything seemed to do this yesterday. And it kind of similar to what we had back here, right? You just run below and there's no actual like intent from the market across anything. It was a big dump on Ethereum, basically. The market just had to shake out ETH. Like, it just had to run stops on ETH, run it below, get some liquidations. And it feels like that's what we did. And there was also, of course, some correlation with the legacy markets, with them having just seen mad dumpiness over the past few days. Again, because it's earnings season, shaking out people. We do have FOMC coming up next week. Probably likely just have to clear the decks before what is likely to be another fairly bullish FOMC. We're not looking at rate cuts or anything next week, but we are it's starting to price them in, I think, from I'd say around about September onwards. I think we're going to see that there's a pretty dovish stance with the FOMC. And it feels like it is just, yeah, clearing the decks, clearing the leverage from the market overall once again, which is just what we're getting within this range a lot. So Tezos is one of those that I think is a really nice example of that. And actually, when you look at the chart here, it looks pretty decent. I like what a lot of the market is doing with having just got that higher high, having changed the market structure, and then getting a decent reversal candle yesterday. Okay, you sweep down into the lows, you get a decent reversal, and it's starting to mark up. So if you were looking at Tezos, and even if you bought on the daily open now, you've got decent invalidation. I'm taking invalidation for more or less anything on those the July lows. And then you've got some areas which it's inevitable. It is inevitable, in my opinion, the price starts trading back up to correct these imbalances. And I think that goes across the board. Basically, so it's not something like Tezos isn't something I would hold, or I would ever look to have as like a longer term trade. But I think just a typical rotation back up towards, just to correct some of what's happened over the past few months. Obviously, we had the greed section within the greed phase within the market back in March and April. A lot of that's just a complete crash since then. And now we're seeing a longer consolidation. So this is actually, I like the chart. I don't like the asset, but I like the chart. So I'm going to, yeah, I mean, that's more or less the analysis that I have to say here on Tezos. And that's a good example of altcoins right now. You look at confluence here, there's going to be confluence. I wouldn't be expecting new highs from a lot of this stuff, but it's just, okay, you play the mean reversion. And that's what you look to play. Take it into around about $1.20. You've got an invalidation down here at 60 cents. You can enter here around about 75 cents. It's a 4-to-1 for our trade, essentially. So unless the market's falling over, you've got a relatively straightforward 4-hour trade from this. Actually, that's really, really clean. That's a really, really clean chart. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm just going to post this in the Discord. And it's just so straightforward, that one, right? It's just such a straightforward chart. You take out some lows, those like previous week, the Friday lows, okay, before we had the impulse higher. Having corrected this whole move down. Having got what we just see from a lot of the market, and we've had this basically happen. And we can look back, there's some posts that I did like when we were down here and we were looking at this kind of capitulation, and this is the kind of thing that you do often see. You go accumulate, manipulate, you regain, and then at some point you get this little sweep, and that's the opportunity. And it feels like yesterday was that opportunity. So yeah, decent. Let me just chart this up, post it. Is there anything else that I just want to throw on here? Anchor VWAP. What this probably did was come into Anchor VWAP from these lows as well. I would imagine it's just holding around here. Yeah, nice. XTZ chart mentioned on stream. Not an asset I trade, but can't see what I'm typing. But a good setup and nice example of what we see from many alts right now. There you go. Posted that into the thingy. All right, back to Bitcoin. This is the thing, as soon as I start with alts, then all the other tickers start showing up. So get your alt requests in early before I get started, because otherwise, once I get into the flow of the stream, then they may get forgotten about. I'll ask for alts again later on. So yeah, look at the XTC BTC chart. Let's just have a look at this one. BTC. Like, I'm not expecting overperformance from Tezos against Bitcoin ever. Whoo, wrecked. Imagine if this does come back to life one day. Imagine. Right. Celinda Anderson, can you please look at ICP? Whoa, we're getting the old dinosaur coins in here again today. The coins that I never thought would ever do anything again. $69 coin, Luke. We're gonna make it. You got half a coin. Yeah, how do I check that? I still haven't added the Shiba network to my MetaMask. I think it was sent to. So maybe it goes into it's one of those. It'll be a forgotten coin, and one day you tell me if it goes to like $1 million, right? If it goes to $1 million, I'll cash it out. But otherwise, I'm a forever hodler. Dex tools, yeah. Again, let me open this up so I remember it later. I prefer Dex Screener to Dex Tools. See, the thing is, when 69. Is it 69 Sol, 69 ETH? Jesus. This is like so wrecked. Is this the one? Is this the one? 69 Bone. Contract address, please. Bione. Post the contract address. Like, you can't search this shit. That's the thing. Like, there's so many tokens that are called the same thing nowadays. So unless you got the contract address, it's just impossible to find anything. Okay, who else is in here? Who else is in here? I've missed all the hellos and everything now. What the Sigma, welcome. Jez S, welcome. Meso Hero, how do you recognize algorithmic moves? I will explain this again. Make a note after I've done the Bitcoin update. Essentially, it's through looking at the order flow and just seeing. I mean, you get situations where. So this has been session opens that we've seen the past couple of days. So at session opens, we've had major manipulations within the price. So yesterday, of course, you had the Asia Open, all right, forcing price down, and it all happens at once, and it's just hitting sell. It's not organic. It's just a bunch of exchanges at the same time, going all at the same time, sell same amount of contracts. If you watch it on Agra, you can just see like consistent $10K sell orders. And it's just consistent until it gets to a point, and then it just stops. It just switches off, okay? And then you get another session open, and this is what happened at New York Open yesterday. You get another situation where it does the same. Consistent, everything, same time, sell, and then it just stops. And then you get the organic movement that kind of happens after that, where you've got a little bit of just both directions. So we had this after the Asia Open yesterday. And you just dun sideways. Algos kick back in, and they stop, they shut off, and then it starts to reverse back to where there is, because there's just a natural bid with Bitcoin at the moment. Any of these moves down are quite costly for the market, and these ones that happen just on the open, it's just bots, algos just going, psh, just spray market sell orders into the market, shut it off as soon as they've reached whatever the objective is, which in this occasion, on both occasions, okay, corrects the entire move down, correct the impulse up from last week, which is what it did, was holding around the daily level, and then you just run stops, and then you get a reversion back to where it started again. So very much the same, like it happens on the move up as well. Like this will be, it was on a session open, okay, it was at the New York Open, when we had the big move up that was last Friday. And on this occasion, it was just a case of algos, market buy, just spray buy orders into the market, and the price just goes. There's not enough volume. There's no organic volume here in order to fight it. So when you get the volume that's at a session open that comes from these algos, it's just that there's nothing organic to fight it, to trade in the other direction, so it just becomes a completely one direction trade, and then it's just natural that it gets retraced at some point. So that's the kind of market we're in right now, and it is just a case of, okay, if you know what the intention is, and you can have a pretty good understanding of what the intention may be for the market. Like it's no coincidence that when you get this session open start, it just goes completely buy all the way up into the monthly level. Because what have we been doing for the past few months? It's just been trading from monthly level to monthly level consistently. Okay, we've just been rotating back and forth between that March candle, and then of course, because there's been a little bit of air above here, then you're just rotating back and forth between these two now. So it's no coincidence that that's what happens with price. And again, no coincidence that where does the selling stop after the open yesterday? It was at an untapped daily level, and it had just simply corrected the move up that was the previous time when there was that aggression. So yeah, that's kind of what I mean by these algorithmic moves. And there is some good accounts to follow on X, on Twitter, if you're looking at there's certain accounts, I'll have to find them, that highlight this stuff basically. You know, like Arkham, where they're like it's what is it? What one is it? Is it, what's the order flow platform? Not X. There's another one. And they just post these things up. It's just they do their little bits of researchy stuff. I'll find it. God, it's boiling in here. Hold on, AC. Sun is blasting right on my face right now. It's sweaty in here today. Even though I've got on the AC full blast, I've just got sun. When Taurus order flow art in the books. One day. When we're whale enough, right? No, it always comes from exchanges. It's the exchanges that are just running the show right now. Coinbase in particular. Okay. Check the spot versus perp CVD on Agra from the last low. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna obviously add that when we do yeah, I see it. That would have been Binance, wouldn't it? Yeah. Check the CA above. $69 billion. Got it. I mean, it's still kind of dead. Yeah. Ragdogs, I'm late. Are we done with the update? No, I haven't even started. I have not even started. So let's begin. Let us begin. Turn off the music. And we shall make a start. Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Friday the 26th of July 2024, and yeah, this is your Bitcoin update once again. We've had a bit of a move up. So yesterday, of course, was manipulation, the beep in the background. Should I re-record this once the beeping stops? Hold on. There's a, do I not have my noise suppressor turned on? There is just a lorry reversing outside my window. Is it really that obvious? It is a truck reversing, yes. So right outside my apartment, is the official fan zone for the Olympic Games in London. And they've been building it all week. So there's been lorries back and forth. And yeah, it's a long way. It's a big circle. Here he comes. I see him now. It's a big circle. So I live in the middle, the building in the middle of a big circle. And to get in and out, there's like one tiny little entrance with big barriers on it. Oh, no, he's going forward again. He's trying to maneuver. I should put this on film. It's quite entertaining watching the trucks trying to get in and out. Watching the lorries trying to get in and out. But yeah, basically, that's what they've been building. They've got this big fan zone set up out the front with like a giant big TV. All these events going on. They've been building like paddle courts out there. They've been building like volleyball courts out there. They put this big screen TV up. They've got bars out there, restaurants out there. It's just a big old fan zone. So it's going to be absolutely mental here for the next few weeks whilst the Olympics are going on. But that's fun. That's part of the fun of it. And then I move out after that. So, yeah. All right. Oh, my God, he's reversing again. He's still not out. He's still there. Come on, you can do it. There he goes. Is there going to be one more? Oh, he's going to hit the barrier. Yeah, once more. One more little. And he's out. There'll probably be another one coming soon. Or I could have just closed the window and then you wouldn't have heard it, but the window's open. We're going to get back to the analysis. I wonder how many people have dropped off from watching this, being like, just get on with it, fuck's sake, get on with it. No, I'm not in Paris, I'm in London. So it's the fan zone for Team GB is here. In reality, it's Hamilton arriving in his tractor. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton was here the other day. That's gone now. So whilst it was the British Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton did a little event here. Anyway. I am too distracted, as always, when I'm doing these things. I should just turn off the comments whilst I'm doing the analysis, because I just watched them rolling in. Nobody say anything for the next 20 minutes whilst I'm doing my update. Or now everyone's going to try and distract me, so I've got to record it again. Okay. Hello traders, welcome to today's video, Friday the 26th of July 2024. Here's your Bitcoin update. So yeah, Bitcoin's having a bit of a move up today. We are back to that monthly level, which is something that we have been discussing quite often. We're back to the POC, which is something that we have been discussing quite often. And we had a move down that simply corrected the move that was up from last Friday. So very much, I explained this just a minute ago whilst I was doing the live stream, the prep for this video. Reminder that every morning, 10 a.m. UK time, I do go live. So if you want more information, more context as to what I'm going over in these videos, then please do make sure you join for those live streams. And also check out the links in the description below, because of course this content is very kindly sponsored by our friends at Blofin, who non-KYC exchange available for anyone who is trading anywhere in the world. With a really solid API, so if you're looking for an exchange, this is a big problem for a lot of people, of course. If you're looking for an exchange that doesn't have that KYC requirements, that don't have those restrictions, but you can still trade it from the likes of a platform like Teal Street or whatever it is, to trade a little bit better than a lot of these other nonsense exchanges that are out there, then Blofin is a really, really good option. And they are giving some very, very nice deposit bonuses. So a 15% deposit bonus up to $7,500, meaning that if you deposit $10,000, you receive $1,500 in free futures trading credit. So if you make profit on those trades, you keep the money. So just YOLO 100 exit and you can make a few grand. Easy money, right? Easy money. But anyway, let's get into the analysis and we'll have a look at things. So the daily close from yesterday was actually really quite good. I did mention in yesterday's video, I was like, I bet this close is green. And we have. It was just one of those situations where for me, it was just wanted to kind of sit that one out, the move out yesterday. I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in where the move would end up. I just knew it was a bit of just market messing around type of thing. And I think much of what we saw from the move down yesterday was the fact that there's a lot of attention on Ethereum and it needed to clear out some of that attention and some of that greed and greediness that was going on over on Ethereum, wipe the leverage out from over there. And also, of course, we've seen from legacy markets that they've had a big tumble this week. So the fact that Bitcoin's actually remained fairly steady during that big move down on legacy markets, I do think is quite a positive sign. I am still expecting higher prices on this. I'm not feeling bearish. So when we do get these dips, I either see them as opportunities to add, but because we didn't come down low enough for myself to get to compound this, it was a case of just sit that move out get a little bit of alt exposure on the dip, because I think alt's dropped a lot more, and just wait and see about the recovery. So when we're looking at this, okay, it's quite clear on the hourly time frame. Right, what happened? It has just been at session opens that we've been seeing manipulation, if that's what you want to call it, but a situation where just on these session opens, you just get a ton of sell orders that just spray into the market all at the same time, and then it stops when they hit the level that is basically what the target for those algos and all of that is. And this is because we're not seeing a whole lot of organic price action right now. There's not a lot of interest in trading Bitcoin at the moment. It needs to go higher before it brings in that retail money and brings in that interest again, because everyone that's still trading here are just the people that are left in the market that weren't wrecked from the move down. Like, this probably knocked out the vast majority of traders, and they have no capital left. So it's going to take time for that to start to build back up again. What we're left with is just a bit of a wasteland where there's not a lot going on, and it is just chopping around. So last Friday, of course, as the New York session opened, we had a big breakout that took us up towards that monthly level, which is a key level for this entire month, because we have been trading just from monthly to monthly since February, March kind of time. And I do believe that this monthly level at 67,470 is going to be key as we go in towards the end of the month as well. So you had that big move up. You then put in a little bit of a distribution, you correct it. All right, and where this came back down into is an untapped daily level and NPOCs from the move up, and also coming back into, I drew an anchored view out from here. So I've been drawing them from these lows, but essentially where we started to see this move, okay, that last little sweep that started to see this move, this is like the anchored VWAP that we're looking at for the current trend that we're in. And that was also adding a little bit of confluence here as well. Then what happened yesterday, New York Open, you have this sideways chop. It looks really weak, okay? What happens? You come down, run stops of any early longs, an immediate reversal, and then it just hasn't really looked back from that point. So a nice recovery from the market. But once again here, we are at resistance. We're back at that monthly level. It will need some volume, and some fairly significant volume, in order to break through this and to go higher. If this is to go any higher, then of course weekly open, we have been in a downtrend for most of this week. You could now say that that is essentially broken with the consolidation around this previous high here. But if we can get through this monthly level, I think there's a very, very strong possibility that we can come and take out these weekly highs and move on towards the value area high of the range, which is sitting around about that 69,900 area. So if we just zoom out over here, we can see just below 70K. Okay, you got that range value area high, and you've also got some significant candles from the previous month. Okay, these ones being when we had the CPI, PPI data and FOMC stuff from last week. There are news wicks up here that the market will at some point take out, and then just above there you do have a little bit of an imbalance, but before you get to these highs. So there will need to be quite a lot of volume in order to get up there, but I think the recovery that we've seen so far has been quite decent. Of course, we're seeing a move up so far on the day, but it is at that resistance now. It's back at that POC. So more chop, more consolidation is probably the most likely thing that we're going to see here. When we go down, let's have a look at something else interesting that happened yesterday. Was, if we look at the order flow here, we can see the example, and this is what I was talking about earlier, and Delirium also mentioned in the chat. So it has been a case of when you get these session opens, so Asia open yesterday, it is just sell until it reaches a point, and then it kind of shuts off, and just you get that sideways. Yesterday on the New York Open, perps, probably Binance, I wasn't actually watching this at the time, probably Binance just smash that sell button to run all the stops from any early longs that were here yesterday. You get that big move down on the CVD, and then an immediate recovery. what happens here is you actually start to form some nice little divergences on these lows, and then you get a bit of a move up subsequent to that. So the CVD is telling you a few things. Once again, this move that we're seeing right now, mainly perps led. You had a rally that was relatively equal between spot and perps. Okay, and in fact, it was spot that was leading a lot of this drive higher. However, right now we are seeing that because we've come back into that monthly level, this being a key level for the whole market, spot's kind of shut down somewhat. Perps leading this rally higher. I would say if there is to be a sweep of the highs so far today, that would provide a nice short opportunity if that is to happen. If we go and take a quick look on EXO as well, do we have everything that we want to see on EXO? Yes, we do. So that is good. Then, of course, just go back to this. Then the move down yesterday, we did see that it filled the single prints and came back into the naked time point of control, but without taking out these lows. So you came back into that initial balance from that Friday, recovered the whole move up to the downside. But what this has done has left once again, points of control below price right now. So we had this open today that was outside of that value area from yesterday, above that initial balance from yesterday. We have seen a markup, but we're coming back into, of course, some major resistance up here where you do have quite nice balance. If you were to put a composite of this upper range, then we'd find that we've rejected around about the POC of that monthly level, all of those kind of things again. So if there is to be more chop here, then 64,200 becomes another really good level to be looking at to hold as support as we go into to the next week. So maybe early next week. We do, of course, have FOMC next week, which will be interesting. So there is likely to be more chop until we go into that. Very, very often for the last few months, well, for as long as recent memory, really, every time we have had FOMC data, we have seen a dump the day before that then gets recovered on the day that the FOMC data comes out. So FOMC being, I believe, next Thursday, Wednesday, one of those days. But the day before, okay, that 64,200 could come into play, and I think could give a really nice opportunity for a long trade, depending on where the market ends up when we get to that point. But it's likely, right, once again, that this, because it's been quite a fast move up, at some stage does get corrected. I repeat stuff that I've said previously. This here, okay, the move that we had on that Friday and over the weekend from the 12th to the 14th, I do consider to be a major breakout from the downtrend. So I don't want to see price coming back down into these zones down here, into these points of control and any imbalance that's down here. However, everything from within this range, I would expect to continue to trade within this range until it's got to a point where it's consolidated so much that it's all cleaned up and there's nothing left to squeeze, and then you get a bit of a squeeze. So maybe we see some kind of situation where this just trades within these kind of parameters here, chops around, and then eventually you get that bigger break in whichever direction it's going to be after we have the FOMC data next week. Is there anything else that we can look at on here? Yeah, I think really the main trade I'd be looking at would just be an SFP for these highs so far today. Because of what we're seeing on the CVD, if this high does get taken, let's put an alert on there. I think a short would be pretty good, right? Yeah, a short would be pretty good. And then you have a target. I mean, potentially as low down as that 64,200 level. So if you give yourself a bit of room here, you could get a trade that takes you all the way back down. Of course, the reversal that did happen yesterday did create this single print. Now that has been filled back in before we got this next move up. But there's absolutely no reason why price can't come back down here again and just continue within this little bit of a range that we're trading right now. So you do have the potential for a really nice trade. Now, you're going to have to lose daily open. That's going to be support. You're going to be trading a local range within there. But I'd say targeting some short positions for the remainder of the day would be decent. And the point in which you would then get invalidated for any of that is if weekly open gets reclaimed. And then I think it's very likely we see that move up towards 70K. That could happen today. Okay. So if there's not going to be an SFP for these highs here, I think realistically, we're probably going to end up seeing 69,900, 70K today or over the weekend. So here's your opportunity for sure. If it doesn't work out, it's quite a long way higher. And I think there is the potential for this to squeeze if this does go any higher. So yeah, those are the levels. If there is to be a move down, 64,200 looks interesting. If there is to be an SFP of these local highs, I think that gives a decent opportunity for short. If there isn't, then I do believe we see a short squeeze towards 69,900, 70K. And at that point, I mean, yeah, that you could be seeing new all-time highs. Now, I don't think that's likely to happen until FOMC is done next week, but those are the main levels for myself to be looking at today. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. Nothing too much more to speak about. Of course, if there is going to be a sweep of these highs, and if that does happen, be aware of where your session VWAP is. All right, we are trending up today so far quite clearly. The session VWAP is not very far away. You would want to take profit, I would say, quite quickly on that. So if there is to be a sweep of these highs, get that take profit here. Because it could very easily get that continuation higher. So you want to make sure you're paying yourself, especially on these short positions, because the moves down are relatively short-lived right now. And I do believe that the overall move from this market is to continue with the trend that we've seen, which is higher prices over the next few weeks and few months. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do the stream. Make sure you smash a like on this video. Hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will well, have a great weekend because it is a Friday, and I'll be back again with another update on Monday. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. Coolio. I completely forgot to upload the update I recorded yesterday. So I am going to upload that right now. Upload video. '26. That's today. Glyph. I'm just drinking water. It's just water. I'm a thirsty man in the mornings. Reuse. Bitcoin market update. Big BTC bounce. 69K today. Question mark, explanation mark. That'll do. Let's also upload this to Twitter. Video Friday. Well, welcome to today's video. And let's put the music back on. Whoa, what have I done? Almost there. Just uploading, because otherwise I will forget about it. Make it public. Publish. Cool, we good. Joe McDonald, please look at ETH when you can, Luke. Yeah, Ethereum, I'm, again, playing it simple. It's gone a little bit lower than I would have liked to have seen it. But for me, I mean, you're looking okay here on the BTC pair. It's still holding this support. There was the idea that, I can't remember who it was that mentioned this yesterday, but if there is to be a sweep of these lows again one last time, I think that would be like really good. I'm not bearish on Ethereum. I think it's going to be short-term, short-lived underperformance as the ETF gets started, and of course very similar to what we saw with Bitcoin when the ETF began and you had the GBTC selling. We're seeing a similar situation playing out on Ethereum here, but it's one of those where, like, my conviction that we're going to be seeing higher prices on ETH is pretty strong, and I'm still happy to be buying Ethereum a little bit more so than Bitcoin, because I do believe over the course of the next few months we do see outperformance, like to around about like twice as much as Bitcoin as we go into the next phase of this cycle. So if there is to be another move down, I do like what was mentioned on the stream yesterday, where there is decent support. It is the 618 from those 2019 lows to where we are now. Now that we have the ETF, that could be something that is targeted from the market, but also we've already had a decent bounce up and we've been trading within this range for a long time. So I'd been bidding and buying Ethereum around about that 0.052 to 0.05 and I'm happy with buying ETH as long as we are within this range here. It's one of those that even if it underperforms against Bitcoin for a little bit longer and Bitcoin starts to move up, I'm still happy to hold Ethereum. I did try a leverage long the other day. It didn't play out. So this was when it was consolidating at this monthly level just before the ETFs launched. There was a decent move up. It wasn't enough for me to get a take profit from it. I then got stopped, and yeah, the recovery that we've seen from ETH obviously hasn't been anywhere near as much as it has been from Bitcoin. So there is the scenario where I think Ethereum could come down and sweep the lows again. If it does, that's cool for me. Like, I'm not changing the spot what I have with spot positions on ETH, because I think it's insignificant. But if there is to be a move down that does take out these lows for a second time, then that would be an area that I would once again look to take leverage trades. If it's trading within this range, I'm not looking to trade it. So the only opportunity I see is if there is a move down that takes us to around about this 2,700, 2,600 area, which coincides with a move down to take these lows here. I think that would be a brilliant opportunity to get a really nice long position open and to take that to new all-time highs. Essentially, I'm just playing it really, really simple, seeing how this goes right now. So yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. ETH's going to get more FUD, and if it comes down here, it's going to get more FUD, and for me, that's brilliant. Like, I love it when that happens. A lot of eyes will be back on Solana as well, because Solana's had a decent bounce. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe Ethereum's done and it is going to be Solana season again, but I just don't see that being the case myself. We can look at Sol ETH, can't we? So this has been the Solana Ethereum chart. And to me, right, I think this represents good opportunity for Ethereum. So Solana, of course, came up and made a new all-time high against Ethereum. Got a big rejection from that. Now it may see it's doing something similar to Bitcoin. There is potential, I think, for Solana to get another run. Yeah, this is an interesting chart to look at, whether you're looking at Sol or Ethereum or whatever. But I like ETH as a just a hold, a buy and hold, and then if there is to be a move down here, I think that's when the next point in which I would consider loading a bit of leverage into that. I think that would represent a really, really nice opportunity. Bitcoin is about to take these highs. So let's watch this as it happens. There we go. I'm going to scalp short this if we get... Let's just open this up. BTC. There we go. So we got the trade. I mean, you can immediately see that there is a reaction from this. Let's see how it goes. Let's also just take a quick look on aggro. Yeah, this is a short here. It's really quite straightforward. Like so this rally is perps. Spot not particularly interested here. What's the invalidation weekly open now? The invalidation is if we continue higher from this. Like it should not come back up again now. It's a scalp trade. What you want to see is immediate reaction and follow through. Yeah. If it doesn't drop down here now, and if it does start to crawl back up here again, out of the trade immediately. So there is absolutely no way that I would wait for it to come up to weekly open here. I'd be out of that even if it just comes up back up towards those highs. We got the immediate reaction. Now you want to see follow through. So what you have to get from a scalp trade, it has to be straight away, no hesitation. Take the trade when it happens. Zero hesitation from the market. Get that movement. Get that profit. Otherwise, get out of the trade. So let's actually just watch it on the lower time frames here. So you did get the immediate, like, I mean, you hit some liquidations, some short liquidations and some stops there. But you want to see selling continue now. Drive it down a little bit lower. Not much. You would have expected some continuation lower from this point, because you're still holding. This is the thing. You're still holding this low uptrend now. All right, we'll give this time, but more often than not, you would have wanted to see more of a drop by this stage. Like when it's a scalp trade, you want to be like. You want to be in the money quickly and very in the money within a few minutes. Where's our London Open? Come on. It's because we're watching it, it's not doing anything. I'm going to pretend not to watch it. Still not doing anything. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's what I did with the WLD short. Shorted the top 20x and then pussied out when it crawled back up. Now I can't look at WLD chart ever again because it will remind me of what I could have made. Hey, it's fine, man. Don't. I mean, WLD is not something I would really have any desire to trade anyway, until there's another good opportunity. But don't let one miss. Like every single day, you miss thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of trades. It's just reality. There's millions of markets out there to trade. Every day something pumps by like 20,000%, some shit coin on pump.fun or whatever it is. Every day you miss out on opportunities. So just because you took a trade and you missed some profit on it, it's no big deal. On to the next one. Don't worry about it. I know it's fun to say sometimes because I have these trades on Bitcoin and stuff. Like, look, remember this? Remember this one? Who remembers this one? The short from up here that I closed like immediately when it was here. And then it just continues to go. But because I didn't hold this short position, like, I still trade Bitcoin. It doesn't bother me. It was the best entry I ever had, so I just tell myself eventually I'll get a good one. Oh yeah, of course you will. Of course you will. It's because it was just a very, very straightforward trade from liquidity, right? They happen every day, so it's happening here on Bitcoin. And WOD wasn't like, it was nothing special. It's not like you traded it to zero. It's not like Luna, where we went short on a live stream whilst interviewing the biggest Luna bull in the whole space. Hands up, who was there for that? There was a guy called Dan QR who was a massive Luna bull. He had like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and all of his videos are about Luna. And we did a live stream with him, and he was talking about the Luna ecosystem, and I was there like, sounds like a Ponzi, looks like it's topped. I'm actually shorting this right now. And I was going against like everything the guy was saying, and then we shorted that to zero. That was the biggest opportunity, the biggest short opportunity that there's ever been in crypto, and probably ever will be in crypto. That was like, oh, that was incredible. Anyway, we're in the money on this short position for now, but it's not doing very much. How's NQ getting on? Chops. ETH is probably the better short again here, isn't it? No, maybe not. Maybe not. You got a 30-minute candle close. That looks. I think we're gonna get a decent little. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this. Now, I would accept one more sweep of highs here. So I know I said I wanted to see an immediate reaction lower. I will accept one more sweep of the highs, just because the potential for downside of this is quite large. You can be like, basically we have a trade that looks like this right now. Okay, like I shorted the literal top. I'll show you my entry in a minute. But we have a trade that looks like this right now, which is, I mean, you're looking at a 200R basically on this trade. Yeah, there's no risk involved at all right now because of the entry that we got. Now, if you accept a little bit of another sweep of the highs, even take that to, you got maybe like a 20R out of it. If it gets back above 67, 650, yeah, maybe close out of it there. I wouldn't hold it all the way up to weekly open. That just doesn't make sense to me. That would be another trade entirely, because when you're looking at that, you're not even getting a 1-to-1 out of your first take profit there. So if it does come back up, I'd look to get out of that quite quickly. And then again, weekly open, I don't see weekly open as being the level that gets a reaction today, to be honest. I just don't see that being the likely outcome. If we come back up to weekly open, I would imagine we take out highs, but we'll see. Just gonna grab a couple of screenshots of this and put it in with the crew. we go. The amount of negativity on ETH on Twitter today is hilarious. I couldn't care less about crypto, and this makes me want to even dip my toes into ETH. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's crazy. Like the more, like I've mentioned this quite a lot this year. Like I don't really like care about crypto or the fundamentals anymore at all. Kind of over that phase. Maybe when things get really bullish again, I'll become excited by something again. But like, it's kind of like I don't understand. I see all of these posts like, oh, it's like you get major FUD in Ethereum, which is, I mean, the biggest asset in crypto. Like when you actually think about, like, okay, there's Bitcoin, obviously the biggest asset in crypto, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin, crypto is Ethereum, more so in my opinion, or like Web3 and everything that's come, everything like Solana, all of these other things, they would not exist without Ethereum. They're the ones that created smart contracts on the blockchain. Bitcoin was just very simply finance. It was a means of exchange. Ethereum changed that. And it just makes me laugh when you see people that are like hyper bearish on Ethereum or like hyper bullish on anything else, because it's all the same shit really. They're just tickers that move. Like all these people that are like Cass is like the next coming of Jesus Christ, and people are saying like, oh, Bitcoin and Ethereum are just a test net for Cass, and Cass is going to be the biggest asset in the world, and it's going to change people. Shut up. Seriously, shut up. Or Cubic's the other one, right? I do have some of this now, but it took the longest time. There was like, this shit was shilled like nothing I've ever seen before in my life. How do you do it? Cubic, this one, right? Because now once it got is it this one? Oh, it's down even more. Good. So I had like a little bit of this. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, I see an opportunity here. I see an opportunity here actually. But this is another one. It's just been shilled like nothing I've ever seen before, and I like dipped into a little bit of it, just like, what is this thing? Why is there so much hype around it? Like, why is it such a big deal? And like, people think it's going to change the world and it's going to be like the like whatever it is, I don't know. But you look on here and everybody that was buying this shit early on, right, is just completely wrecked at this stage. Like, so this was where there was a bunch of hype about it, like November last year. It had a decent run up, nothing spectacular, half decent. It went from a market cap of, oh my god, or it went from a price of 320 to 1,000. It did 3x, and now it's back down here at like 180. But yeah, it's just been shilled like crazy, and this is like the big competition for Cas, basically, for Casper. I think fundamentally it's kind of cool, right? The first ever useful proof of work layer 1 blockchain. But I don't know, man. This guy is like, look, Cubic literally came from beyond. Meet the legendary founder, CFB. It's just such a fucking cult. Cubic is such a cult, and the founder guy is the weirdest, creepiest looking dude in the world. He's like, I wish there was a picture of this. He's so, like, is there a picture of this guy? CFB cubic. Let's find a picture. Come from beyond. He think like he. Look at this weirdo. Like, would you put your net worth into this guy who says he's an alien and he's working like, and he's like, we're gonna change the world? No, it's just a cult, man. Imagine that guy as your cult leader. It's so funny. Cubic. But I am sure at some stage during this cycle this pumps like crazy, or it just ends up being like a complete scam. But imagine that guy being your cult leader. Every cycle has these type of shill nonsense. I mean, yeah, it does. Like, we can go, like, look back at Zeph. I mean, did very, very, very well from Zeph, but it was another cult coin. And then essentially we all got rugged on the rest of whatever we were holding left from it. Yeah, it was another one of those. In every cycle it has this. Every cycle there's this proof of work token that does really well. And I always make good money from it. Like Zeph was buying here. When we were buying this, what, $2? It went to $50. Tons of opportunities to take profit. And then I got a bit burnt trying to take a long position once perps were there and everything on it here, and it just did not work out at all. But this is very similar to what's it called? Haven. XHV Haven protocol. This one. So this one is like the equivalent of from the last cycle. Now this doesn't have all the history, but this is one that I did really well on back in the 2020 to 2021 cycle. I'll try and find the whole chart of it here. What is it? XHV Haven protocol, and it was the same thing essentially. The same thing. It was a proof of work token that was massively hyped, and I was buying it down here. So what, 30 cents, and it went up to $30. Yeah, so you get a 10x out of it. Same as what Zeph's done. Well, Zeph did more. Yeah, Zeph did a 30x, but Haven got like a nice 10x out of that. No, that's 100x. Sorry, that got 100x. So I got 100x. I'd obviously taken profit along the way, and then it just rugged and went to zero. So, yeah. Similar kind of vibes. So Zeph rugged or still alive? It's not rugged. It's just that's the thing. It's not. There's a difference between it rugged and falling victim to people selling the token, right? And it just never being able to get the attention again. So I think with something like Zeph, it's still active. People still mine it. People still do all of this kind of thing, but it just doesn't have the attention anymore. And will it ever get the attention back? Probably not. But you never know. You never know. That's why once something's had a cycle, I'm out of there. I am out of there forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Like I made my money and then took a little bit of a loss on it. I don't think I'll ever bother going back into it again. And that's crypto. That's life. Yeah. Remember Cirrus, that was a good one as well. Now this one was okay. Yeah. Not very good. Not very good. But you have ones like this where it's like, okay, looks cool. Player 0 is the next play if there are no unlocks until March 2025. What's Player 0? Sounds interesting. Player 0. Gaming, I imagine. What is that? I can't even find it on BTC Champ. You give me these random coins that I can't even find anywhere. Still getting 2,000 tokens per week for using their web extension. Nice. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's like Brave token, right? What's Brave token? What's the Brave token? Because I still get them. I use Brave browser. Brave. What is it? But I use the Brave token, Brave browser, and I get what's it called? What's the token called? I can't find it anywhere. BAT, Basic Attention Token. That's the one. BAT, Basic Attention Token. BAT USDT. Yes. So I get tokens on this. I still, yeah, because I use the browser. Like this is the Brave browser that I'm using now for this. So I get tokens, but oh, layer 0. Yeah, exactly. Yes, layer 0 is the next one. That's my big holding right now. I was wondering, player 0 is different. Yeah, layer 0, ZRO. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've already done very well from ZRO. What other trades do we have? I'm going to go to seated mode now. Sec. What ticker do you use for ZK Sync? Just ZK. ZK is one of those funny ones. Had a nice trade on it, hold a little bit of spot. Still feel pretty good about it for the future, but it did come back down into this like support area again. So if it was ZK, we'd taken, where's the chart? Yeah, we took that long, and now it's back down towards that entry again, back at that POC. But it could be another opportunity. This short is playing nicely, by the way. This short on BTC. We're in the money, guys. Let's place an alert up here if it comes back up towards those highs. I'm just going to move. I'm moving my stop to that high now. Just hold it. Very, very simple. Stop at the highs. See how much we can get out of this. Yeah, ZK Sync. I like it. There's other ones like this just accumulation. I think ends up, I mean, inevitably marks up to much higher prices. It's just about trying to find where the best positions are with this. Tau. If you've just been patient with Tau as well, this is like another one. Looks like it's breaking out today. So we're back in the money on Tau. You know that I was buying this below $300. Yes, okay, we went all the way down to $200. But if you just strong hands, stay with it, back in the money. I've got an average around here at about 270. Tau looks really nice, so we're back in the money on that one. Tier, right, I think is giving some good opportunities here. What else do we have that looks good? Let's see what WLD is doing, because I mean that short position played out really well, but that's done. I think even like WLD, I'd be looking for long again here. Most stuff you're looking for longs again now. Stacks, I'm back in the money on my spot buys. But yeah, ZK is just ZK. I don't know how you can see other tickers. That's just what it is. It's just ZK, USDT. Just literally any of them. Because ZK is cross-chain, if you're going to be looking on like Dex Tools or Dex Screener, then yeah, you'll have Sol versions, BNB versions, ETH versions, but they'll all be the same thing, I would imagine. Well, I just stick to the centralized exchanges. You know it's the right token if you're trading on there. I don't know who that is. VC guy, famous right-wing podcast shilling bits, and fair enough. Yeah, it's kind of what I mean. Like, people that shill stuff are just all idiots, basically. I mean, if the chart looks good and you can make money from it, fine. That's the only thing. Does the chart look good? Can I make money from it? Yeah, you look into a bit of fundamental analysis. You do want to vet the team somewhat. You want to make sure it's not just complete vaporware. You want to make sure there's some utility there, which is why I like ZRO. Okay, you know there's utility there. You know it's used by everybody. Every single person here who, if you use MetaMask, if you've bridged any asset cross-chain, if you've done any kind of swap from Solana to Ethereum, from Ethereum to Solana, from Solana to BNB, from Polygon to Atom, uses this, right? So you know there's utility there. But at the end of the day, it's still just a ticker, it's a few letters and some candlesticks, and that's all you should care about. Oh, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I think I'm gonna call it a day. ATH, man, look at that backtest of the POC, is so clean. I did buy some more ATH. So clean. This again, like fundamentally solid. Solid. You'll never see me shilling it for its tech or any of that kind of thing. Like, I'm never be a community member of it. If it fails, it can fuck off and die for all I care. But solid fundamentals. Nice early stage accumulation looking chart. Right? You've had the first mark, you've had the accumulation, you've had the first markup, you're back into the POC, you're bouncing from it. We should be seeing price discovery next. You took TP on BTC short? No. Nope. No TP yet. No TP. take TP down here, or I'll just get stopped. I mean, the stop is going to be, there is like no risk because it barely even took out the high. So what, we're looking at a $20 per Bitcoin risk on this. Do you have any thought about hash ribbon signal going off a couple of days ago? Nope. No opinion, don't know what hash ribbons do or what they mean or anything like that. What I know, we've also had a 3-day MACD cross. Do you have hash ribbons? Hash ribbons. Oh my god, look, it's giving us a buy signal. It gave you a buy signal on the day that everything dumped. Yes! I love it. It gave you a buy signal on the day it all dumped. Perfect. That's perfect. So what it's done is it's just like, what happened here? Look, it give you the buy signal here as well. So the last time it gave a buy signal was on the 12th of August 2023, and look, it all dumped. It all dumped. But yes, okay, long term, you don't need a fucking hash ribbon to tell you that things are bullish right now. Yeah? You don't need a hash ribbon thingy-majiggy. Why is my RSI gone back to this bullshit? But yeah, we also had a 3-day MACD cross. Let's look at this. Oh my god, guys, look at this. Oh. Where is it? We're gonna load? No, we have an invisible MACD. Oh, right. Oh, it happened ages ago. It happened also when we had a dump. Okay. What's going on with the 1 day? Nothing. Alright, so yeah, even the MACD cross. So all the oscillators, this is the thing, any oscillator, it lags behind so much. So as soon as you get that cross, people are buying at the top, being like, oh my god, guys, look, it's crossed over. Oh, it's so bullish. And then it dumps. Like, you don't need to be a genius to know that we're bullish, but also, like, every single indicator that's an oscillator that exists is lagging. So yeah. What's your price on layer 0? I'm thinking everything under $3 is a steal. Yeah, I mean, I've been accumulating this since launch, so that would have been below $2. It was in this bit here, not below $2. My bad. $2-ish. But yeah, I've been accumulating it since it started. Looks like I might get stopped on this BTC short. Getting a bit of a move back up again. But if I get stopped, I get stopped, don't care. I added more as well when it was here, $3.60. I'd be tempted to add more here. I just think it's a very, very strong chart and a very strong asset. Pi cycle indicator so far predicted tops and not lagging. What's the pi cycle indicator predicting for the next top? Again, something I do not check, something I've never looked at. What's it saying? Next top. Could you turn the volume up for us headphone people? I'm like, am I just not close enough to the mic? Hello! Is that better? Shout right into the mic. Sorry, I probably just blew your ears off. But no, I can't turn the volume up because it's up full. Yeah. And also, I am going to close this stream out now. I'm done. Sorry for your eardrums, everybody. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Any questions that any of you guys have, hit me up in the Discord, hit me up on Twitter. Do all of those kind of things that you want to do. I'll still be around for the rest of the day. But basically, I'm going to get back to planning my little trip away. I've been watching like so many travel YouTuber videos lately. I've been binging them. Binging them like crazy, looking at all the different places I'm going to go to. So that's going to be very cool. And I'm going to be doing that a bit myself. I've got my camera ready. You're going to see Luke Vlogger Arc coming in, doing live streams from different locations around the world. It's going to be very cool. I need to do it for my own sanity, right? I've lived in this place for 2 years now. I'm so bored, man. I'm so bored of being sat here every single day in front of a computer screen, doing the same shit, trading. Like, that's not what trading is about. Trading is about freedom. And I'm finally, we're going to be seeing proper freedom. What trading has given me the opportunity to do, I'm now having the opportunity to do. So you're going to see like some cool shit. It's going to be good fun. So yeah, have a great weekend.